Yeah. Go. No, I think my shirt. Alright, guys. Welcome to this game. We're starting to game 4 of the SSA League. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with you. I do have my co-host. His name is Bob, and he's going to be joining us shortly. Don't go anywhere. You do not want to miss anything. We'll be right back. So we're about to start. We're starting in about 1 minute. We're about to go anywhere. Alright guys, let's do this. We're going to be starting in 1 minute. You don't want to miss this, believe me. I promise you, you don't want to miss this game. I think we had the first week, we had day 1, day 2, day 3, and we saw top teams play their best and come out on top. I think the queue leaders are currently what are the queue leaders? Let me check that real quick. I need to get my information in. So let me just the current queue leaders are Berserk Gen coming in second. We have ZODIAC S2 coming 18 games. Although we have Paradox coming in third with just 12 games played. So let's see what they can do today, and let's see how they handle and if they can maintain that same pressure and tenacity. Let's go. Alright guys, the first game has started already, and let's see what teams have. Let's see what teams have for us today. Alright. Alright, we're heading into the first game of the day. I've been waiting all week. This is the game you have been waiting for all week. Top teams, top 16 teams we have in SSA. We have EWC coming up. We have an FFWC coming up. These are what we need to see what SSA can provide right here. And this is where you see the best of the best SSA has to offer. We're heading into the first game of the day. Let's see where the teams are landing. Please, if you're just joining us, please do not forget to subscribe, drop a like, and if you can, always share. Thank you so much. Alright. We have PDX in male. We have some teams called Drop, Nem, Drugo, and Brent with AMG landing just close by each other. Let's see what happens today. Who do you guys think is going to dominate the lobby today? We have Just Try and KN. Have Snazzy already in a fight.
New kill leader.
What is happening over here? 2 players from GT already down. I don't know what Snazzy is trying to do over here, but whatever he's trying to perform, it's somehow working out for him. He has 1 player down from KN. They do go for revive, but they do get him knocked down. 1 player left from GT, and he's making a zip for it. GT are also down to 1 player, so I'm guessing Nemjugo, or maybe AMG had a third party in the battle in what's the name? I think it was a battle in P. So I think maybe they had two players. I'm seeing V2 players, Vent players are actually only three players in the lobby. So I don't know what happened over there. Maybe they were disadvantaged due to one player not entering the map, but I think they lost that battle. Then they have to regroup quickly. We see the MB squad also down to two players. Let's see what's happening over there. Who are they with? I think MB are changing their landing spots. Alright, Jack in the fight, and he goes down. Unfortunately, Eren is down. MB are down to one player left. SLF also in a battle. I'm seeing one player. What squad is that? I think that's Vortex. One player of Vortex is actually close to BLX. Hold on, I need to share my live quickly. Please, if you guys are just joining us on the stream, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you have not. We need those subscriptions. Thank you so much. We need the subscriptions. It helps us. It goes a long, long way for us. Please drop a like. And also, after this SSA League, I'm going to be continuing the stream on TikTok. So just after the live, you can go on my TikTok, Sosa_az.ff. I'll be going live. So yeah, I don't know. Just playing some fun rooms and all that. Probably free fire, so I'm going to do something. I used to hear any free fire sound. That stopped, right? Please, 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 I need your feedback from the comment section. Please let me know if the stream is okay. Right.
Killing spree.
Alright, guys. Sorry, I'll be back with you guys in 1 minute. I'm just trying to
Triple kill.
On board right here. Okay. Alright, okay. Okay. Sorry, Alright guys, let's head in back into the fight and see what's going on with teams over here. Alright guys, give me 1 moment. Hello? Okay, no problem. Alright guys, I'm gonna put this on autopilot and I'll be back with you guys shortly. Oh wait, hold on, let me just finish this fight. Let me see if Diddy is going to die. He already got a revive on one player. We see the NJ play. What can he do? The 1v3 situation.
Triple kill.
Double kill.
Seen SLF already in a battle, and they are coming in with 3 eliminations. CPO coming in another day, clocking with 8 eliminations to their name. Bro. The struggles of being an everyday Nigerian, bro. It's not easy. We're seeing MB and SLF also in a battle. You also see the IS. My network bad.
Triple kill.
Why is this so flagging? Let's see. Is there any other thing in a battle? Okay. We are still seeing no team has been sent back to the lobby. Oh my god. This is amazing. We are down to the second zone and no team has been sent back to the lobby. Everyone is playing it safe.
Triple kill.
You see the NG players reviving and
Triple
dropping
kill.
like instantly like flies. MB team down to 2 elimination. Everyone else has a full squad except NG and Vent squad. I think the Vent squad one player didn't enter, so that doesn't matter for them. Yeah, everyone still has a full squad. Oh my god. You see the AMG versus ASF battle. They're getting knocked down quickly. I need to see my screen so I can access. Yeah. I don't know if my face is clear and anything like that, but yeah. Alright guys, hold on. I need to post on IG, please. Don't forget, please share live. Help us and share the live into group chat and wherever. We appreciate the support. If you could, please drop a like, share. Alright, we are seeing some amazing battles there. Everyone has ready in the battle, but no one is yet to be sent back to the lobby. We still have 12 teams left in the lobby. We have the current leader, still the current leader, CPO. I don't know how NJ came on top in this battle, but I think they're going to have a battle with someone else. I need to see this. And Union X are going to be the first team to be sent back to the lobby. We will be shocked. I'm not even going to lie. If I was the one playing this lobby and I died in this close to the zone and I see 12 out of 12, I'll be disappointed. I'm not even gonna lie. You see the Namjugo team also in another battle. I don't think any team wants to die just here. We see AMG versus Namjugo right here in the battle.
Triple kill.
To be fair, that would be very, very disappointing. Just imagine you go to this level and you die and you see like 12 out of 12, bro. It's very disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. I think teams are finally picking up the pace and finally being determined to play well. Right, what do you have here? We have SLF in a battle with KN over here.
Triple
See
kill.
Shadow versus support. I think this is a 2v1 situation. SLF, are they going to be the
Killing
second
spree.
team to be sent to the lobby? I don't think so. They still have one player, which is Zaza,
Triple
alive.
kill.
I think this was a 1v1 situation. I didn't think Zaza knew it, or he decided to run and
Quateri
fight for
kill.
another day. This is very disappointing from Zaza. I'm not gonna lie. He doesn't even have any points to revive, so I don't know why he ran away. Atlasa Esports, the second team, will be sent back to the lobby. Things are really picking up the pace because of what is going on over here. No one wants to go back to the lobby. We still have 10 teams in the lobby and 31 people alive, and I think this is the second to the last zone. Let's watch another fight. See the JT in a battle with PDX. Snagsy goes down. I think this is what I actually enjoy
Quantity
seeing.
kill.
10 teams still in the lobby, everyone playing it safe, and everyone coming down to play the first one. This is the first game of the day, so you do not want to lose momentum. You see the VT team currently being pushed by AMD. I think AMD are a very, very aggressive team. What I mean, very, they're extremely aggressive. And the VT are down one player, so let's see what they can make of that. Alright, the AMD team pushing in.
Killing spree.
Opening and need to one player of VT goes down, two player, next goes down is a 1v, 3v1 situation. They get a revive. Hydra, the last player of VT. VT, Ben's about to be the third team to be sent back to the lobby. Ben tried his best, but unfortunately for him, I don't think it's going to be possible. They are the third team to be sent back to the lobby. We have Bent, Human X, Nasa, and now Nemjugo coming in. 8th team, the 4th team to be sent to the lobby. This is amazing gameplay over here. We have so many teams into the lobby. We still have 7 teams in the lobby in the last. I think this is the last zone. Yeah. We have CPO in a fight. I think this is the team. They are the underdogs of this event. CPO, a team that was actually never really considered to even play in the SSA League. Famously, what do you mean that you stream your fight, bro? You're dead,
Triple
man.
kill.
What are you talking about? You're dead.
Killing spree.
We see Matek right here in the battle making a last stand, and this is the key. And I think due to Zara, the fact that they lost the 4v4 against PN, he has to suffer. I just think this is bad. That was bad gameplay and decision for Zara. Although you're a sniper, you have to make chances. This is why when you're a sniper, you need to practice close range battles in times like this. I think if Zaza was very proficient and confident in his close range battle, he would have put on the last PN player, because the only thing that was stopping him was the tuning. Bro, like, I mean, W third party, like, come on, bro. I don't know how the CP0 survived that battle, but they survived it, and now we have the EMD versus PDX. This is one battle I really wanted to see. I think SSC League just stands as a medium to decide certain factors. You need to know who's the top dog in the region. You don't know who's the underdog, who's the top dog, who can come out on top when the matters the most. I think this SSC is going to play a very good role in the coming of the EWC. Let's see how the team do. Just watch any teams of the SSC League, watch how they play in EWC. We see 2 players of and KM pushing on, and Paradox Gaming are going to be sent back to the lobby. We see a third party from just right over here. AMG, I think they're pushing on KM. I think AMG will be a 3v2 situation. I think AMG will be able to finish the job that SLF could not. We're seeing Slifer over here. We're seeing Hito over here. He goes down. Slifer's the last player of KN. I think it's a 1v2 situation. There's 2 AMG players are currently down. We see JT coming in heavy with the party. I don't know why they are not pushing in. This is the best chance they are going to have to clear this game, but they are splitting up, unfortunately. You see Snagsy going for AMG, obviously QC and Senzo, but they finally come together and they are making the push. Nice push. Snagsy missed some shots.
Showdown.
I think this is going to be a JT lobby because the last there is a 1v4 situation. Slifer versus JT. I don't think he's going to be able to do this. He is known for his clutch moments. Can he do it once again? Let's see what Slifer does over here. He almost gets a knock. Oh, unfortunately for him, he was not able to get one player down. JT comes in with the first booyah of the day with 12 eliminations to their name. We have coming in second, we have 90 Sports. I think 90 Sport really played well, and I think so far, yeah, the thing I've watched to see their growth is 90 Sport. They really progressed very far from the first day that they played the SSA League and coming now. I think it's just amazing gameplay. If they can keep up the momentum, I think they're gonna go far. You see Amigos coming in. The Amigos coming in. There's 16 eliminations. Paradox coming in fourth with 17 points. You see CP Home United coming in fifth. Solar Fair coming in sixth, and the rest is history. We're about to head into the next game. Please do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with you. Right, guys. I think that game was actually very intense. Although I missed a little bit of it. I think at first Vents were actually meant to dominate in the lobby, but due to the third man missing out. I don't know how Union X got first blood because they were actually playing very, very well. So I was shocked that they got wiped out first. Then I don't know, Noobs. I think Noobs were playing more of a revive game. They were playing like revive. One player goes down, one player revives. So it was never really consistent for them. Then Kyogo team. I think what happened to them was they were actually very, very too aggressive. If I'm to say they were too aggressive for their sake. So it came back to bite them. And okay, we're about to head into the next game. I will be there with you shortly. Mute your mic. We're about to head into the next game, so I just want to make sure you can hear me.
So, bro, is my voice clear?
Yeah, somehow I'm hearing you. I think we're about to start the next game. Can you see this screen?
Yeah, it's perfectly clear.
Alright.
Cool.
We're about to head into the next game.
So this is map 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, who won map 1?
Yeah, I think that was just right. I won map one. Just sure I
Oh,
came in
okay,
first
thanks,
with 12
Tom.
eliminations, then second I think it was KN, then third was ZODIAC or AMG. I think so. AMG.
Alright. That's the usual suspects, you know. It's good. So you usually have commentary or you're just doing it for today?
Bro, they can hear you on stream. Are you alright?
Yeah, I know. I'm just asking. Yeah.
Alright, guys, we're about to
Hey,
head into the
mother.
next game. Oh, alright.
Heading into next Terra. Currently spectating the Ninjago squad. They haven't yet landed, but I mean the plane's line hasn't allowed them to land as of yet. Okay, so we see that Union X are heading over to Grav Labs. Is that the usual landing spot? I'm not too sure. We see that the Amigo squad, I think they're actually going to Intellect Center. We see Vortex landing inside Farmtopia alongside the Venti Esports team. I do think that'll be an early fight over there. We see, is it Noobs Esports? Yes, they're actually landing in Plazaria. It's a big compound for themselves. We see that the Ninjago are actually going to Mudside, and I'm a bit confused about why Vent did not go to Mudside this time around, as they usually do go over there. But I do think that the Ninjago will be getting into a fight right now. The Knights Esports team going up against Just Try and Shadow One taken down in the process. Just Try
Bro,
one elimination on the board.
yeah,
New
that's something I've
kill
actually
leader.
noticed in SSA League. Most teams are changing their landing spot, and I've been seeing it a lot happen since the first day. Teams like AMG, Celeb, DDX, most of them are just changing their landing spot. I think they're trying out new things. I think that's actually a very good thing. But to be honest, yeah, if you can't changing your landing spot in the middle of a tournament, it's maybe fear of maybe you just want to play it safe. See what a KM player is
That is
doing over here. This
absolutely
player of KN, I don't know how. I think he's going to be wiped out. That was some unlucky.
yeah. We see that actually right behind them, and they are taken out. It's a bit unfortunate for that Knights Esports team, but they did have a hot drop, so luck wasn't on their side. We see that the CP0 squad are actually left with only one player. The Vortex team got one of their players eliminated, as well as the Nimjoga side. See that Just Try the current kill leaders with 4 eliminations on the board. Great start for them, especially that they won the previous game. I don't know if you've heard of the Booyah curse. Every team that
Yeah.
wins does first blood next game, but they seem to be going really strong as of now. We see that the Ren squad are actually chasing after the Vortex team, and they are taken out in 11th place. How did Vortex actually perform the first game?
Bro, actually, I think the first game, yeah, every team actually played well. Bro, like the second to last zone, and we still had all teams alive. I think due to the first game, this game teams are actually dropping out like flies. But the first game, we had like full squads, 12 out of 12 lobby in the last zone. It was crazy, actually. I was actually very amazed.
That is absolutely insane. That is absolutely true, especially in a server like SSA. We do often see situations whereby we have only 2 teams left in the last server, but if we have a scenario where there are actually plenty of teams left in the last zone, it shows improvement, you know. Teams actually know how to survive now, which is absolutely amazing to see, especially going forward, you know. We will actually have to be using these skills, these survival skills in future, so it's really nice to see. So you see that the Amigo squad are actually taking on Solar Flare, but the Paradox squad are actually right here as well. Seems that's a bit of a mess right here. Solar Flare are taken out in 10th place. That's not looking too good. Teams are actually dropping like flies as of right now. Eh?
Windy
See
took him
Paradox
only
actually
him. Why did Windy just make that
does
kill?
manage to take that one. Hey,
Maybe it
it's
wasn't.
a bit of complacency it seems. But I do think that the Paradox squad can actually come out of this alive. Snug is in a prime position to actually escape. So they should still be fine.
But I think that was just overconfidence.
Sneaky, the last player left alive on this.
'Cause, like, I think Windy just made that kill. Maybe it wasn't.
Sneaky.
Bro, I think that was just overconfidence. I think Paradox
Absolutely.
just
Very close
displayed
to
an overconfident play and it didn't work out one bit for them. That they shouldn't
New
have done that.
kill leader.
Windy made a solo push on a full squad and why his player was not even landed. That was crazy.
Triple
Yeah, it's a
kill.
better question. But they are still alive, so they still do have a fighting chance.
Double
New
kill.
kill
See
leader.
how they recover from this. See the Amigo squad with 5 eliminations on the board. Just try, still the current kill leaders with 6 eliminations on the board. They are going really strong. Noobs Esports left with 2 players, and he does manage to take down 1 player from the CP0 team. Not looking too good for CP0 right now. Can Falsey get the revive?
Triple kill.
And he does manage to at the last second. Well done to Falsey.
That was some nice clutch from Valsy over there.
Absolutely. You see that the Ninjago squad are actually creeping into that compound. They will be taking on CP0 in a moment. Not sure if CP0 are aware that the Ninjago squad are actually coming in right now. Let's see how this fight plays out. See them actually choosing to retreat, if I'm not mistaken. But 2 players is actually still in that compound. See if they can actually escape. They do actually manage to get out of their compound. Atlas SP taken out as well. Fortunately, we missed that fight, but they are taken out in 8 plays. Or 9th, my mistake. It's a bit unfortunate for Atlas SA. Hopefully.
Bro, are you seeing this? The Namjogo squad, the CP0 squad tried to run away from that battle and they were made to pay. 3 players being knocked out, only one player surviving. This is why most times you need to. They didn't even have a fight in that battle. I think it was due to the fact that they just fought a battle with ND, so they thought that okay, we got good placement points, we don't need to fight right now. They're eliminated. But any which way, they were made to pay for that. Oh my days, that was some nice clutch long range battle there from Namjogo squad. Yes, Namjogo squad. Alright.
Forgive me, somebody actually showed up at my door for some reason. Very crazy. But we do see that only 4 teams to be eliminated right now are the Vortex Esports team, Solar Flare, Atlas SA, as well as the Knights Esports team. CP0 unfortunately left with only 1 player, but they do have 5 eliminations on the board, so that should actually give them the momentum to carry on from here. We see Dante is actually taken down by the Union X team. Not exactly sure what he had in mind right there, but Union X do manage to grab a point on the table for themselves, their first elimination on the board for this next Terra map.
I don't know why the Namjogo squad are scattered. They just had a wipe on the CP0. I think it was the fact that they wanted to chase the last player of CP0. So their team was actually very small. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a very aggressive approach from the Ninjago team, and CP0 did actually handle that pretty well. It's not looking too good for the Ninjago team. They do manage to lose 1 player once again. Seems that they're playing Revival Simulator over here, eh?
Please, guys, if you just joined the live, please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. Drop a like, subscribe, and share the live so your friends can come and watch. Share the live in Free Fire groups or any groups you're in at all so they can come and watch the best teams and SSA go at it.
Absolutely. We love the support, guys.
Right? Don't think there's any battle for now.
See that Union X are still going up against the Ninjago team. What exactly do the Ninjago team have in mind right now? See, Robert does actually manage to spot out 1 player, and he does deal some significant damage onto him, but that glue wall will act as the savior for the Ninjago side. Not exactly sure what he has in mind here, but he does seem to be repositioning himself, hoping to get a better angle onto that team. But they do manage to get 1 of their players taken down, and Robert actually does manage to take down 1 player from the Ninjago team. They do say need a Nero to buy themselves some time, and it does work. The revive is complete, but they will be chasing after him. He's taking some serious damage, and then the Ninjago team are actually putting a very aggressive front right here, right? And Dantes manages to touch down Robert from the CP0 side. It's not looking too good for the CP0 team right now, but they are still alive, so hopefully they can secure that place.
I don't think any team is currently in the fight. But, bro, if you watch this map, you see that most teams are actually on the left side of the map. We have no teams on the right side of the map. Most teams are just pushing in and trying to get into the zone. I think the VT team and the PDX team are about to go at it. Let's see what happens. So AMG versus
Absolutely.
VT, and we also see PDX in the mix of it.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy. We see Windy actually pulling in the highest damage in this game, and he did actually die earlier on. So I'm not exactly sure where he managed to get that damage from, but he is the current damage leader in this game. We see that Paradox
Ooh.
Gaming, Venti Sports, as well as the Amigo side have secured compounds for themselves, hoping that at least one team exposes themselves to get that 4 eliminations on the board for themselves. See that Venti Sports are actually in the center of these two teams. They are splitting with fire. You see that the Noob Sports are also right here. Not exactly sure how Venti intends to escape from this position they're in right now, because we do see that the Just Try squad are actually right behind them. It's not looking too good for Vent right here, but they are still alive, so maybe they have a plan. Perhaps they could actually place a launch pad, or if they have a monster truck, that would be really helpful for them.
I don't even think a launch pad is actually going to be necessary. It just comes down to the fact that if they can hold this spot strong enough and long enough, I think you might be able to make it out of it. Because when you're coming in situations like this, where you're surrounded by teams all around and you have a lot of big and wide windows, teams can also launch into battles. You just need to learn how to give a blockade and make sure you hold your ground. Sometimes, because right now,
Absolutely.
they're currently in the zone, so they don't really need to make any sudden moves. It's just they have to sit it out and wait. Go on, I
That
can
is
hear
true.
you.
That is really true. That is really true coming from you. I do think that they should actually emphasize survivability. And we see Kaiser actually taking down one player from the Ninjago team. He does manage to get that elimination on the board for himself. But as I was saying, I do think that Vent right now should prioritize survivability. So instead of actually putting the hurt or putting some damage onto teams, they should actually focus on staying alive, you know. If
Yeah,
they do
because
manage to have the zone right there, they will be in a prime position to actually win this game because they do have the most space covered, you know. Like, there aren't any teams that they will allow to sort of like push into them. They have multiple windows, they have multiple angles. It's a really good position for Vince if they manage to hold it.
and see, and one other thing that has to come into play when you're playing a league, like let's just say you have to come into mind that everybody here is experienced, everybody knows how to play. If you're in the middle of multiple teams and you keep being aggressive, the same teams are going to return fire and you're going to be in the middle of the what's the name, the battle. And whereas you're going to be shot by multiple teams at the same time and you might not just be able to survive. Let's see how the fence are faring.
Absolutely, that is really true.
What
We
is
see that the Paradox side are actually struggling, it seems. But they do manage to take down one player from the Vent team and they
Did
will
you see what I
be
told
putting
you?
in an aggressive.
Did you see they just got a tap
Yes,
from the
that is
back from the NB team? Now we see Paradox
true.
trying to push in.
Wonder if this push will work. Perhaps Paradox are actually just securing a position
They
at the
are
bottom. But we
pushing
do see that
in.
they actually pushed up upstairs. So that seems to be a fight right now. Felix trying to put on some damage with that FGL 50 and he does manage to put on some damage. Not sure if it's effective, but Hydra is deciding to push up and they do manage to take down some players from the Paradox side. Paradox only have one player left alive.
I think this is just when it comes down to just experience and experience alone. That was some nice gameplay I saw from Beats over here. I don't know how they did it. They were being shot at by multiple teams and they had a push on PDX. I
triple
thought that
kill?
battle was in the favor of PDX, but somehow, some way, Vent managed to come up on top, and that is a nice gameplay from Vent over here. They had a very bad game in the first game due to one of their players not coming on the lobby. But let's see from here. They are picking up the fight from multiple teams. You see Envy dropping like flies into Scream's machine gun. Now see the EMD team also pushing down on them. And Vent come away with a splurge.
Securing a ton of eliminations on the board for themselves there. This position has really helped them. Let's see if they can continue on this momentum. The Amiga side are only left with 3 players, and 3 players left alive in a lost zone is not effective as 4 players. While it is a bit obvious, it has to be said. What can the Amiga side actually do right here? Because they are behind zone. Supreme taken down. You see that they're actually getting shot at by the
I
Just
don't
Try squad. Sense of taking Supreme once more. Will Supreme get revived? Unfortunately not. Oof, it's a bit
The
unfortunate.
AMG players are down to two, and we see
Killing spree.
JT also down to three players. No team has a full squad over here. It's a
Killing
3v3v2 situation.
Let's see what
Killing
this Try
spree.
squad can do here. They do have a solid compound, fortunately for themselves. Many other teams are actually dealing with these small containers and glue walls, especially the Amigos side. I think the Amigos might have the worst position right now. We see the Just Try squad actually choosing to push into the Amigo side, providing some serious firepower onto the Amigo side. Not sure if the Amigos can actually come out of that alive. Vent aren't choosing to engage right now, choosing instead positioning. I think that's the most effective approach to this right now. But Vent do manage to lose one player in the process. Just Try squad will not allow them to just casually reposition. Hydra left alone behind that glue wall, and Timmy actually manages to get safely under some solid cover. Not exactly sure how this will play out, but the Vent squad to me does has the
How
best position right now.
Vents lose one player? I didn't even notice how when I think it was Supreme or Virus died. I thought they had a three players.
Yeah, they
You
did.
see
It
the
was Virex that had done it.
Killing spree.
nice
Oh,
M79 bullets.
managed to take down the whole Amigos team. You will not get the revive though. It's a bit unfortunate.
Killing
So it seems as though
spree.
it's a 2v2. Just Try versus Vent. Snaxy and
Just try.
Senzo versus Hydra and Timmy. See how
I
this
think
plays out.
if Just Try manages to come with the second player of the game, I think they're going to be doing very, very well compared to their previous games, whereas it was like a high and a downfall for them. They were not really consistent in previous days. I think this is going to be a very serious upgrade. But BT are not going to let that team easily, providing constant fire on the J2 team. You see Senzo over here. So,
Can Senzo actually survive
oh
this
my
ordeal? He's
God.
closer to Vent grab that booyah. Absolutely amazing stuff from Vent, I can't lie. It
Bro,
was a
Timmy did
really
not
good
stop
approach from
shooting.
it was really effective because if Senzo chose to peek there, Timmy would just take him out almost immediately. So there's really good firepower from the vet side, and they do manage to grab the booyah in map 2 for the day.
They're coming in with 15 eliminations. We see Just Try coming in second with 17 eliminations. Amigos coming in third with 8 eliminations. This is crazy. You see PDX coming in fourth, Noob coming in fifth with 6 eliminations, and X coming in sixth with 4 eliminations. And like I usually say, the rest is history. We're about to head into the next game of the day. Do not go anywhere. What happened, bro?
Hey,
Mute. Okay, talk. Anyway, you can continue.
Okay, yes. So it's definitely Amigos for this map. I've honestly never seen them perform bad in this map ever. Like the Amigos really know this map through and through. So they are actually my top dogs for this map. But if I had to go with a bit of an underdog in this map, I would probably place my money on Solar Flare. Oddly enough, I'd place it on Solar Flare. They are not as weak as some of the other teams are right here. They haven't been performing at their best as of late, but I do trust that they can actually perform really well in this Valhalla map. So we'll just
Let's
have to
see.
wait and see, you know?
Okay. We're
Absolutely.
about to head into the third game of the day. Do not go anywhere. This is going to be an amazing game. So the thing about, I think about what's the name? Solar Fair and Amigo. I think we both have the same landing spot. So I think whoever wins that battle is going to dominate the battle. Because teams that usually come in contact when they land, like here, AMG, Solar Fair, and PDX. Sometimes, one thing I've noticed about AMG really dominates in Alpine map, but these days I think they've been changing their landing spots and they've been trying out new things. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm honestly not up to date with the current standings. How are the Amigos actually doing right now?
So let me check. You can check it out on an IG, but let's say let me just so I'll be 100% sure. I think Amigos are currently coming in fifth. Yeah, but they've played only 12 maps, so yeah.
Oh,
I
that
think
is absolutely insane.
the only team above them with 12 maps is PDX. That's the only team, and they're passing them with like
That,
15 points only. Yeah, so
oh,
I
that
think
is
it's
not
very,
a huge step. Okay,
yeah,
that is
very,
really
very.
promising for them. Okay, so we still see that the Knights Esports team are landing in Forest Red. They usually do have a hot drop with 3 Crown Esports, or they're currently known as Berserk Journey, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But they are granted this compound for themselves this time around. We see the Paradox team landing with the Amigos team landing with Vortex. It seems a bit crazy right there. Red Camp is going into it. We see Vortex actually losing 2 players in the
First
process. The
blood.
Amigos team actually putting on some serious fire onto this Vortex team.
New kill
The
leader.
Vortex team actually do manage to get some revives in for themselves. See CP0 also under some serious fire. They are going up against the Atlas SA team. Atlas SA team actually losing 3 players in the process.
New
Not
kill
looking good
leader.
for these guys. The Amigos team also losing 1 player in the process.
This is what I
Going
told
up
you about.
against the.
What did I tell you
Oh,
about the AMG versus PDX battle? I told you they both land at the same landing spot. So I think whoever wins this battle is going to be mine. AMG are now down to 1-3. I think this is very, very bad for them.
especially because the CP0 team are also really close by. Not exactly sure if they'll be able to get this escape. Will Serip 9 actually shoot this
I
player
don't.
from CP0 and he chooses to hide instead?
I,
Will the
I I think
Paradox team actually sort him out?
I think yeah, AMG need to go back to their default settings when it comes to Alpine because they play very, very, very well when it comes to Alpine. So I don't really get the whole change of what's the name, the landing spots and all that when it comes to Alpine. I don't really understand it and where it comes from, but I think they just need to go back to their default settings. You see NJ versus some outlaw moves over here.
It is absolutely true. I think what actually brought about the Amigo side changing
New
their
kill
landing spot was
leader.
that they have been playing MENA tournaments as of late, and I think their landing spot is actually like a bit of a hot spot for really good teams inside MENA. So I think they're trying to implement new strategies in SSA so that they can kind of like replicate it once they start playing MENA. But they do seem to be forgetting that the SSA teams are also really good.
TKN
We see
dropping
90
into top party. 90 sports, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually crazy. We see a 3-way tie. Falsey getting taken down in that process. That Nero is doing a lot of damage. God Aaron choosing to disengage from that battle, but that bot maker is actually putting on some damage onto him. We see
Triple
Dante is
kill.
also taking some serious damage from that bot maker, but they will manage to escape with that zip line. So they do choose to actually disengage. Not sure if the Noobs Esports team can actually escape from this position. We see that they are left with only 1 player, or is it 2? Oh, it's two, but Atlas SA Esports are the first team to be eliminated. Only one elimination on the board for themselves. Not looking too good for these guys. See the Just Try team actually going up against Union X. Union X losing one player in the process, and they are only left with two players. Noobs Esports as well. Current kill leaders are actually the Amigos, and they were only left with only one player at one point, but they are the current kill leaders. It's honestly really impressive from these guys, eh?
It was a knock for knock
Setup 9.
situation. I don't know why the CPO player didn't pop his man over there on the foot. I think most teams, yeah, it comes down to communication. Because if you watch what the CPO player did, his man was making a push. It was one player there. I don't know why. If he had followed him to make
Lottery
that push, he
kill.
was probably going to knock and confront the AMG player. But unfortunately for him, lack of communication and lack of experience comes into play.
Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. Experience coming hugely into play right there. Hopefully they do learn from that mistake. As these mistakes really do go punished, eh?
Triple
Especially
kill.
against good teams. Any mistake will get your team punished. Fortunately for them, it wasn't a squad wipe, but they should hope to improve from that. See, the Paradox team actually choosing to move into Vantage. 10 never die from the Vortex team. Left alone inside this compound. Not exactly sure if the Paradox team do know that he's here, but I'm sure they do feel the footsteps. We see Windy actually chasing up there. Will he put in some damage? And 10 never die gets knocked by Denrik. Another elimination on the board for the Paradox team, but the Amigos team are still leading with 10 eliminations on the board. 11 teams left alive, 10 eliminations on the board. What exactly will the Amigos team do this map?
I don't know how they did it, but they somehow down to one player, and now they have. I think that was a very, very bad move from the CPO players because they had been down to only two players, and they have only two players in this battle. We did not know what the situation was, and they just started shooting. I think it's like I said before, it just comes to experience and communication because there was no need for you to shoot one player.
That is absolutely true. Especially because they do seem to have just gotten revived. Taking a look at their
Double
loot.
kill.
It does seem as though that wasn't the bestest of decisions and they are duly punished for them. CP0 seems to be playing Revival Simulator, as I say, once again, but they do manage to get one player back on the board for themselves. See the Union X team actually taking down one player from the Just Try team, getting another elimination on the board for themselves. Really good, looking really good for the Union X team. I'm not exactly sure what strategy the Union X team are actually coming into this tournament with because they are playing low kill games.
Yeah.
Are they trying to secure placement
I wonder
instead
who
of
their
kills
in-game
or
leader is. They've been playing.
absolutely? And
They've
I'm
been
kind of
playing. Go on. I can hear you.
yes, I'm kind of unfamiliar with this roster. I see Zilex is actually here now. Didn't they have different players like a while back, like Aim Vibes
Bro,
or
like I
something like
think
that? I'm also seeing
when it comes to Union X, it's like a constant change of rushers. I think they had like Summer, they had Thor,
Triple
they
kill.
had Power, and they had Vibes. So yeah, I think they did like a complete change of roster because those old players, I'm no longer. I think the players that played for them in FFCC, I can't see even one of them here, so I don't really get it. So I think it's just they did a roster change for their team.
okay, but well, given Union X reputation, this is a bit underwhelming from them, but they still do have time and they still will improve. So I hope to see the best from them. You see the noob side actually putting on some shots onto the Paradox team. They are only left with 3 players. I'm not exactly sure what they have in mind. Don't think they can get the revive right now, especially because there does seem to be a team inside base camp and Vent Esports are eliminated. After that amazing game from them, they are
Killing
eliminated in
spree.
11th place. It's not looking too good for the Ventus Esports team. We see Solar Flare. 0 eliminations on the board for themselves right now, but they are still left with a full squad. See how this actually plays out.
You see the NJ team, I don't think they are where they are walking onto the Amigo squad over here. They see them and try to make a run. No, actually, they turn back and make a direct push onto the Amigos team over there. This is a battle I really want to see.
But the Amigos team are at an unfortunate numbers disadvantage. It's a 3v4. They do choose to actually launch away. Really good strategy from them. Will Serif 9 get taken down? He does get taken down. It's a bit unfortunate for the Amigos team. But the rest of them three seem to have gotten an escape. You see Windy taking out majority of the Vortex team. 2 eliminations on the board for him. Will they be able to confirm? Does seem like it. Cisco will definitely get eliminated. Windy playing really aggressively this time around, it seems. And he does manage to take down Grief as well. Vortex left alone with 1 player and they are eliminated in 10th place. Oof, it's not looking too good for Vortex. So the current kill leaders are actually Paradox Gaming in this Alpine. They have by far exceeded my expectations. It's really good to see it coming from them, you know? They are one of the best teams in SSA, so kind of is expected at the end of the day, don't you think?
Those are actually my predictions for this game. I knew that whoever dominates and doesn't get wiped out early, these teams are definitely going to dominate. That's the thing about them. As long as they don't get wiped out in the first battle, so 100% sure that they're going to dominate.
Absolutely. I honestly really do believe that, and it's something I encourage among smaller teams. If you think that your hot top will be up against a bigger team, I would suggest that you don't change your landing spot entirely because of that fact, because these teams only start to develop or only start to gain that momentum once they have that really good loot, you know. Teams like Paradox as well as the Amigos, if you don't take them out early on and they do get their weapons of choice, it's really going to be a tough game for you, you know.
Bro,
so the best time to eliminate.
Someone in the comment section said, "Use Garena sees this gameplay from some of these boys. They're gonna take away our slots." That's what they're saying.
Well, we are still an improving stage.
Triple kill.
We're really small, so.
ZOD, bro, what do you mean by we should add some passion, bro? I've not eaten since. Leave me alone, bro. Bro, I haven't eaten, man. Oh. AMG are down to 1 player, and unfortunately from AMG,
Killing spree.
I think we're
my prediction. That is absolutely true. I think the way they started the game sort of like killed off, I don't know, much of their momentum. Sure, they did manage to revive all of their players, but it was obviously a strange rotation from them. It's not the usual landing spot, so they aren't too familiar with that rotation. So it was a bit unfortunate for them. Hopefully they do resort or revert back to their old methods, because that was the most surefire way of, I don't know, securing those points, you know. We do think Paradox Gaming are the team with the most eliminations on the board. 15! Even if they were to die now, this is a really high point game for them, it seems, eh?
Bro, they say we're aura farming in the casting, bro. They say we're trying to farm aura, bro. Oh yeah, Windy is on some serious. I don't know if he's on drug, but he's on some serious shit, coming in with 7 eliminations. I think Windy has more eliminations than every other team alive. Crazy gameplay from Windy over here.
Yeah, is he the current MVP for this league?
I think he is. I think it's either him or Luxen. I think it's between. Yeah, I'm gonna check later, but I think it's either him or Luxen. One of them.
You see the Noob squad actually suffering some casualties up against Union X. 2 eliminations on the board for Union X, getting them to a total of 3. Snipe gets taken out by the Nimjoga team, and Nimjoga team surely breaking his walls, eh? But the Paradox team do not seem to be actually backing down. They continue the onslaught, choosing to actually continue the fight instead of retreating. But they do choose to, no, it's still a push. Windy actually choosing to push in up against this team. Whoa, Salgado almost completely taken out, and he does get taken out. Whoever is throwing those nades is pulling off something
Triple
crazy, it
kill.
seems, eh?
I
Sneaky.
think PDX are gonna come on top of this battle. Let's see what Nemjugo. I knew they were gonna come on top.
Triple
Nemjugo had the
kill.
wrong mindset in this game. I just noticed it.
Quadra
Absolutely.
kill.
At
That is
the moment they
absolutely insane. Next team.
Killing spree.
The moment the battle started, I knew Namjugo was going to lose because the way they were pushing it was a 3v4 situation. Although PDX had the higher ground, but that was still
Killing
very poor
spree.
gameplay from Namjugo over there. I expected them to actually put not straight on, but maybe do a split, maybe from both angles and try to box the PDX team in, but they didn't do that, unfortunately. What is Sneaky doing? How is he getting?
Absolutely. That is a very strange glitch, eh? What is Sneaky doing?
He's back on the board.
So as it stands, Knight Esports and Union X, as well as the Just Try team, are the only teams left alive with full team. Paradox Gaming left alive with 2 players, but those 2 players could prove to be very lethal for the other teams, especially once the battles start. We will see the Paradox team actually choosing to third party, as they are in a prime position to actually third party. See the Just Try squad actually choosing to be a bit split. Kaiser, the sniper, choosing to maintain a separate angle from the team. The Union X actually choosing to push in up against the Paradox team, but they are choosing to retreat. They are going towards the
Triple
Knights
kill.
Esports team. Senzo eliminating Slifer with the skill. I'm assuming it's Nero that actually took him out in the process. See Kaiser actually taking down 7-5. And Knight Esports are left with only 2 players and make that one. Shadow 3, the last player left alive for the Knights Esports team. Will he manage to survive? Let's see what he has in mind right here. Oh, it's Shadow 1, my mistake.
No.
So we want to see this fight up against Jacuzzi. Reaper choosing to support Jacuzzi. And the Knights Esports are completely eliminated. That grenade from Senzo was completely lethal. See the Just Try squad actually choosing to push in. Snacksy taking down Jacuzzi in the process. The Paradox team are still alive. They are only left with 1 player. Sneaky actually getting taken down in that fight. See the Union X team actually choosing to bombard this Paradox team. Not sure if they're aware that the Just Try team are right on their necks, but I'm sure they are now. Jukesy taking down Zilex in the process with that AWM, some serious damage. Again, he's hoping to get another elimination on the board, but he does get taken out. So it does seem as though Just Try grab enough.
Amazing,
2 players.
amazing clear of JT over here. That was an amazing game. And I've been noticing this a lot. I think JT are becoming, will I say, wiser or they're becoming more experienced. Because if you notice what the gameplay is, when it comes to the last save zone, you don't usually become aggressive. They're just trying to wait it out. And when they see teams starting a fight, they come into third party and they always try to make sure they finish the battle. Amazing gameplay from JT over here with 14 eliminations. Bob, you can do the honors.
Yes, so we see that Just Try getting 26 eliminations on the board with 26 elimination wows. 26 points with 14 eliminations on the board for themselves. In second place, we have Union X, 18 points. I think this is actually their highest point game this time around. 9 eliminations on the board for themselves. And in third place, we see Paradox Gaming actually grabbing the most points for this game. 19 eliminations, absolutely insane. Fourth place goes to Knights Esports, and fifth goes to the Mjogo squad. Absolutely amazing from these guys, eh?
That was some nice, nice gameplay from there. We are going to be right back with you guys. Don't go anywhere. You do not want to miss this.
right now. What are your predictions for this map, Mr. Sosa?
Oh, bro, I don't really know to be honest. Let me check out the teams that are still in the lobby, so I'm gonna make the right decision. I think this is going to be a Vents lobby. The thing about Vents in Purgatory map, they usually don't meet as many teams as usual, but they somehow always find a way to get a 7-5. So if I'm gonna make a prediction, I think this is going to be the Vents or maybe select lobby. I think so.
All right.
Yeah. I think SLF are finally gonna pick up the pace and let's see what they're gonna do.
I hope so too. It's not been going too well for them. If I had to say, I'd probably go with Paradox. I think that the Amigos team and Vent are actually going to fight each other early on in that Crossroads compound. Named Jogo are a bit of a wild card, but I might also root for them this time around. So my two teams are Paradox and the Ninjago side. Let's see how this plays out. See that the Amigos team are the only team inside Crossroads, so Vent did actually choose to change their landing spot this time around. Paradox Gaming going towards Ski Lodge, the Knights Esports taking that entire, I don't know, right side of the map or at the back, I'm not exactly sure. But Noobs Esports are pretty close by, choosing a pretty small compound. Not exactly sure if they'll get sufficient loot for that, but Motows, it's not Motows, sorry, Moleworks actually has a bit of a, I don't know, crazy thing going on there. It's the Atlas Estate going up against the Just Try squad. The Jogo team are also in the perimeter. Salman getting taken down in the process up against the Just Try squad, my mistake. JFX putting on some damage onto them, but they are only left with one player. Oof.
I think we're about to
Not
see the
looking
first team to be sent back to the lobby because he's in between both the JT and the Nemprigo squad. I think this is going to be good for him.
absolutely, and he does get
Triple
taken
kill.
out. 4 eliminations on the board for the Just Try team. 4 points. They are going extremely strong, it seems. Not exactly sure if the Nemjogo side are now choosing to engage, putting on some shots onto the Just Try squad. They have spotted each other, so the fight is commencing. Smaxy actually getting some serious damage. Senzo getting taken down in the process. I do think that Snaxy wants to revive Senzo, and he does manage to get the revive onto Senzo. He does get taken down. Juicy choosing to revive, but he might get taken down in the process as well. And he managed to take down one player from the Ninjago team. Will he be able to take down? And he does manage to take down another player.
No. That was a very bad move. He had 2 knockdowns. He would have found a way to like at least confirm 1 kills so they can add to the kill board.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Hey, it's a bit unfortunate, but it was really good gameplay from him. So perhaps if he had the support he needed, they might have won that fight. In fact, they probably would have won that fight, eh?
We see the KN squad currently being split up. I don't know how they want to go against this battle with the NB team.
Let's see how this plays out. Shadow 2 putting a bit of an aggressive front right now. Not sure if he knows that God Eren is right up there peeking over him. Does the angle actually allow him to take on some shots though?
I don't think so,
Let
but
us see.
Eren misses, so he does take on some shots. And
Okay, Shadow 2 getting taken on.
we see the
Yeah,
other 2
Falsey
players
also
of
got
KN coming in from the back, but unfortunately for them, they are going to come in too late. I think if the 1 and 2 have just waited for the other 2 players, I think they would have actually boxed in NB and found a way to take out NB, but they couldn't just wait and they were too impatient.
I think that was actually said. That was most likely said in their comms right now that perhaps Slifer, being the team leader, if I'm not mistaken, would have likely scolded at them for that mistake. So it's a really, I don't know, unfortunate mistake for them. It costed them the fight. It costed them precious coins, you know. Losing a fight is not the best thing in this game. We see that the Union X squad will be going up against Team 9. Who are Team 9? Is it Solar Flare? Let me just see. Yes, it is Solar Flare. So we have Union X
I
going
think
up against Solar Flare.
Solo Fair really need this win badly. They really need this win.
Absolutely. We see 2 of the Free Fire Clash Cup semi-finalists right here. Let's see how this battle plays out.
We see the Vent squad actually kicking in on this third party. Can they come in time for this third party? Okay, Reaper goes down from Union X. Flamesy also goes down. Union X are down to 2 players. The SLF
New
team are
kill
currently
leader.
pushing in. Ooh, nice tap there to Jacuzzi. But unfortunately for him, Union X are going to be wiped out. I think the last player from Union X tried to make a run for it. I think, but he was being cut off by Vent Esports right there. On some nice gameplay. NB are already on a rematch with KN. I think KN are taking the game too quickly. I think they need to reduce their momentum and, strategize.
Absolutely. Just choosing to regroup and perhaps re-loot because they did lose 2 players. I'm not exactly sure if those 2 players did manage to find sufficient loot to get into battle right now. But they are in another fight right now. Against noobs again, it seems. Slifer actually taking down Guardian in the process. He will manage to get the revive on Shadow too. And they are back with the full squad. And he does get the elimination on the board for himself. I think they might actually choose to push in right now onto the last players. They actually spot each other. Okay, yes they do. Shadow 1 taking a fire from Revo, from the Noobs Esports team. Will the Noobs Esports team actually choose to retreat? But they are getting chased down by the Amigo squad.
Woo!
And Falsey gets tapped. That is absolutely insane. He gets tapped with a sniper.
And now we see
Oof.
KN now in a battle with NB. We saw KN lose this battle 2 times. See, this is what it comes down to. Sometimes you might lose the battle, but sometimes you might win the war. So I thought KN were actually going to be wiped out due to this battle with NB because they came on 2 different fronts and they lost twice. But somehow, some way, KN are with a full squad and NB are now down to 1 player. Oof, I spoke too soon. You're down to 3 players.
You see the Amigo side going up against Knights Esports. Focusing gets taken down, but Slifer also gets taken down. The backbone of the Knights Esports team is taken out. Shadow 2 taken down as well. Shadow 5, the last player left alive for his team.
Double
Will he manage to get
kill.
the revive? Does seem like it. And he
Yes,
manages to bring back 2 players. Yep. You see, Paradox actually going up against Solo Flare. It's not looking too good for the Solo Flare squad right now.
I think it's gonna be a 3-way battle.
King,
Solo
right?
Flare Vent.
That is true. But Solo Flare are no longer inside this compound, I think. I don't see them around right here.
Triple
I
Vent
think they
gets
kill.
made a
taken
run
down
for it.
completely. It's a really good decision from the Solo Flare squad, it seems. Choosing to disengage and just reposition, you know. So the
I think
kills are
except
actually balanced this time around.
yeah.
What?
I think except from the second game, I think Vent have actually had a very poor day. I'm not gonna lie. They had a very, very poor day. Except from their first we had got.
It is
How
absolutely
is Shadow 5 still alive? I thought they killed him.
He is still alive, it seems. There is no clear, I don't know, dominant team right now, and it's really good to see. So many teams actually have 5 eliminations on the board for themselves.
Triple
New
kill.
kill leader.
The Amigos team are currently leading by only 1 kill. There are 7
Triple
teams left
kill.
alive, so it does seem as though it's a bit of a balanced game right now. Pretty much most teams do have eliminations on the board. The Vortex side are the only team left alive without eliminations on the board for themselves, but they do still have a full squad, and it seems that every team has a full squad right now, which is really good to see. Solar Flare getting 3 eliminations on the board for themselves. Baby bringing in 2 eliminations. Absolutely amazing to see from Baby.
PDX comes in on the SLF team. And SLF are actually making a run for this battle. They want no parts in this battle.
I think it is the best decision right now, choosing to prioritize zone instead of actually taking the combat right now. The Paradox side might actually go up against Just Try. I would love to see how this fight actually plays out. Do they spot each other? Absolutely not. So that they are too far away from each other, but they are really close. They're not within, I don't know, shooting range. But in terms of their positions on the map, they might be really close to each other, unless the Just Try Squad actually took the
Bob, I
zip
need you
line
to take
over.
over. I'll be back in like few minutes. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll be back. Just take over.
All right, cool, no problemo.
Mhm.
And so we see that the Just Try Squad are actually choosing to reposition with a motor vehicle. Solar Flare as well as Vortex are the only teams choosing to prioritize zone in Brasilia, and Ferozan does take down Cisco from the Vortex side. That Nero is doing some serious damage, it seems, but they will manage to break it, or they should manage to. Okay, they do. Will Poke Boom get taken down by Ferozan? Ferozan seems to be missing all of his shots today, eh? And he still doesn't get a shot. So we see Sneaky actually taking down one player from the Just Try Squad. And Senzo gets taken down by Snipe as well. Not looking too good for the Just Try team. They are only left with 3 players. And Snaxy doesn't seem to have full HP as of right now. Kaiser almost getting taken down in the process by Snipe. And the Paradox team are choosing to put an aggressive front right now. Snaxy gets taken down once more by Snipe. Snipe is actually going insane with these sniping skills, eh? So you see Kaiser actually choosing to reposition. Juxi choosing also to reposition. Choosing to get closer towards his team. Not exactly sure how the Paradox side intends to get
Triple
over that
kill.
body of water, but they do use a launch pad. Pretty clever gameplay from the Paradox side. See that Just Try Squad are choosing to beat each other. AMG only left with one player. They did seem to have lost a battle up against an Njogo side, but Serix9 does manage to take down one player. Will he get the last elimination? And unfortunately, the Amigo side is taken out.
Triple kill.
Njogo left with only 2 players, but they do have 9 eliminations on the board. They are the current kill leaders. We see Windy actually taking down Juxi from the Paradox side. Sorry, not Paradox, Just Try. And Windy,
Triple
is that a
kill.
1v3? Absolutely insanity from Windy.
Quadri kill.
Windy's just going crazy today, it seems, eh? Windy just took out the entire Just Try team. It's a bit unfortunate for Just Try, but they have been performing exceptionally well today, so don't think that this is a huge setback for them right now. See the Paradox side as well as the Nimjogo side tied on 9 eliminations, both with the full team. I do think that they are the current 2 teams with the most momentum in the game right now, but anything can happen. Perhaps Vortex with 0 eliminations might actually be the team to win this map. They are still trapped in a deadlock up against the Solar Flare team, so not exactly
All
sure how
right.
they
I'm
intend to
back.
get.
I'm back. All right. What did I
Cool,
miss? What did
cool,
I
cool.
miss?
So we saw Windy actually 1v3 the entire Just Try squad. Not exactly sure if it was a proper 1v3, but he did get all 3 eliminations on the board for himself. So it's
That's
pretty crazy
amazing.
from Windy. Windy just popping off today, hey? You see that the Solar Flare squad actually knows that the Paradox team is on that side. But they do not choose to engage. They do choose to reposition themselves. They might be running into the Knights Esports team, but I do think that they're choosing to take this yellow house over here. Support actually taking some serious damage with that sniper. I think he's being shot at by the Vortex team. Vortex would still eliminate 0 eliminations on the board for themselves, but they are still alive. MacTech putting on some serious pressure with that Nero, but it does get instantly destroyed, it seems. Not exactly the Solar Face squad know that the Knights Esports team are right around the corner, as they
think
are
they just
choosing to actually
noticed.
expose their backs. Do they know?
Yeah, they just noticed. You see an NG versus. Sorry, I need to get the angle of this battle.
New kill leader.
You know, looking at that battle, I
Killing
was honestly
spree.
so convinced that the Nimjogo squad was going to win. That battle turned around way too
Quadri
quickly.
kill.
Especially after they took out Windy, I was certain that the
Triple
Paradox
kill.
side might have actually lost their star player, but they still managed to win.
I think it
Just
just
goes to
comes
show that
down to deja vu when it comes to NG. This is the same thing that happened in the last map in Alpine, and this happened again Nemjo got a knock on one player of PDX. Somehow, some way, they still managed to lose the fight. I think in the last fight, it was Sneaky who died early. I think it was Sniped. Someone died early in the
Yes,
PDX versus
that's
Nemjo
right.
fight.
Yes,
So yeah, this is the second time they are losing a 3v4 situation for themselves. But it happens.
it absolutely does. And I think it all comes down to individual brilliance. Every single player from that Paradox side is extremely gifted.
Except
So
Snipe, except Snipe, except Snipe. Except Snipe, that boy. Snipe displayed some kind of very annoying gameplay, if I'm to say. I think it was yesterday. I've forgotten the date, but yeah, Snipe displayed something that amazed us here. I
Triple
think
kill.
he was with a sniper and he managed to miss like 10 shots in a row. I don't know
Double
how he did
kill.
it, but that day was very,
oh,
very
oh,
Killing
come on,
spree.
Snipe is one of the smartest players out there, and I like that he doesn't give up. He still
no,
keeps
no, no.
going
If
for
if
his
it comes
team.
to brilliance and yeah, in-game leadership, he's top notch in it. I'm not gonna deny that, but I don't know, man. I don't think the sniping is his thing anymore. He should change his name. Maybe he should call himself Bomb or something. Grenades. Don't know, something.
That would be really
Killing
interesting to see,
spree.
eh? Nevertheless,
The
we see Knights
three,
Esports getting taken up.
Killing spree.
What? So it's a 3v4 solo play up against Paradox. Hopefully, this is Solar Flare's game. They do have the numerical advantage. They cannot afford to fumble this.
I think Solo Fair needs to push towards the left zone. You need to learn how to use the terrain to your advantage. Because there's actually two more things on the right side of this battle where I think Solo Fair, oh my god, Matek is currently split up and I think he's going for snipe. He managed to take
Shutdown.
nice gameplay there from Solar Fair. I thought they were
Solar,
actually going to lose that battle, but that was a nice clutch.
absolutely. That is a huge game for the Solar Flare squad. It's not been the bestest of days for them right now, but this might be the turning point for them. Hopefully, they can continue on this momentum. So,
We
would you like to take the lead?
Yeah. We see Solar Pair coming in first with 10 eliminations. Paragus coming in second with 17 eliminations. Ninth Esports, although had a slow game, they managed to get the placement points and they came in third with 2 eliminations. Coming in fourth, we see Vortex over here with nil eliminations. We see Nemjogo. They tried the best that they could, but they lost it to PDX. And they're coming in with 10 eliminations. JT with no, actually teams actually got good eliminations. Nice. I think Atlasa and Vortex were the only team that got new eliminations. That's very sad. We're about to head into the fifth game, guys. Do not go anywhere. We're about to be right back.
like Call of Duty and etc. It has
All
to be
right,
keyboard and
guys.
mouse.
Yes, I'm unmuted. Let's head into the fifth game of the day. We have the Kalahari map. This, as you all know, this is my least favorite map. I do not like this map absolutely.
What?
I don't know why, bro.
Honestly,
I
this
don't.
is my favorite.
I think it's the fact that I don't know how to play the map. I really don't understand how. Even when I was playing with my team, I don't know how to rotate in this map. You see the PDX and the Union X coming in for hot drop here. I think this is a very, very bad decision for Union X. I've landed a hot drop with PDX in this place, and believe me, you do not want to be in this situation with them. 100%, bro. I promise you. This is not a place where you want to be with them because Mammoth is not a place where multiple teams can land because there's like a height advantage. If you land on top with them, they somehow find a way. What?
First blood.
Snipe goes down. I don't think they're gonna be able to confirm the kill.
New
Flimsy
kill
also goes
leader.
down. PDX now have the oh whoa, whoa, why am I touching my nose? PDX now have the shot advantage.
Triple kill.
At the SA, that wasn't even 20 seconds. And they're completely dominated. Paradox actually only left with 2 players. Famesy choosing to push snipe, then Rick down. This is not looking too good for the. And Snipe also gets taken down. But Windy
See
will
what I
actually
said?
manage to get the.
No, no, you see what I said? He wasn't able to get the revive. Actually,
That's a
Sneaky
1v1.
the one, no, it's actually a one. It's 1v. Whoa, wait.
What? Oh, and he revives Windy. He revives Enrique as well. Oh.
Yeah. See the thing that happened
I
over
don't.
there. The thing, look at what happened. Look at what happened. PDX had the shop advantage. That's the only thing that helped them out. You get, which is most times here when you're
Absolutely.
landing in a hot drop, sometimes you need to get the shop advantage. That's one of the most important things. I think Dean and X are actually going to be wiped out because they should have left here a long time ago.
Absolutely. But Enrique does get taken out.
Double
What?
kill.
Oh, there's that auto revive.
Yeah,
So they're actually choosing to land.
Oh, they
So
want the heat. It's a rematch. It's a rematch. We're watching a rematch between Union X and PDX. Oh my day, this is amazing to watch. I think both teams had like clutch moments. Wow, this is very bad. I think PDX are gonna turn this around. I
and
think it's
that's
gonna be
absolutely.
over.
What can ZODIAC do in this scenario?
I
Well, he
think
managed to
PDX
actually get the revive on one. Lucky. So Paradox Gaming actually managed to turn
Triple
this
kill.
completely around. I think what actually killed Union X in that particular fight was that they were a bit split, you know. Sneaky and Windy are a dangerous duo. Vent eliminated in 10th. What exactly is going on? So we see Noobs Esports going up against the Just Try squad.
I think
That
it has been a
bottleneck is pretty.
very bad day for very bad day for
Triple
Vent
kill.
Sports.
Absolutely.
I think Assa actually got first blood twice in a row now, so
Yeah, it's not looking too good for
NB
them
are
as
dropping
well.
like flies. You see Kenny. Ooh, he manages to get a knock on 2 players.
Oof. Unfortunately, he will not be able to get the confirmation on those kills. Senzo and Kaiser coming in to pick up their teammates. So it's a
God
bit
Aaron
unfortunate.
just
Kenny I'm so confused by what's going on in God Aaron's mind right now.
I don't
He's
know why he
landing pretty
landed
close
here.
to it. And he is the last player left alive for his team.
I
So
think
it's
he's
a pretty
very
interesting.
sorry for cutting you off. I think he's very lucky that JT are not really that aggressive. Like if it was a team like maybe PDX or Amigos, whereas if they get a knock on you, they're buying a hit list to know where you're landing next, or they're buying a scanner, he would have absolutely been wiped out.
Absolutely. That is absolutely true.
Ooh, he managed to get a knock. And he gets a confirm. You see 4 4.
Triple kill.
Not looking too good for these teams, but they do manage to get the revive. So we see that the Nimjoga squad are actually going up against Just Try squad, a 3v4. Not exactly sure how the Nimjoga squad tends to win this, especially because it's up against Just Try. Just Try is a really well-balanced team. Everybody does their job extremely well. We see Kai's actually taking down 2 players. Only 1 player left alive for the Nimjogo team, and he does
Shut
get taken
down.
out. Oof. Not looking too good for the
Triple
Nimjogo side.
kill.
Nimjogo are a team that get a lot of eliminations, but placement always fails them. I'm not exactly sure if they play with the mindset that kills matters most.
No, I don't
Um,
think it's
but
that. I don't think it's that. I think it's just a lack of training. I've rarely seen them juggle in any streams or any SSA training whatsoever. Even Arab training, I don't see them. So I think them juggle, they're just like a very bunch of good and experienced players. What they just need is just training. I think that's all that matters to them. If Nemjogo have like serious training for like a month or two, they're already a top team in SSA. Because if they're a top team, if they're not a top team, they would not be here. But all they need to do, they need to just put in more work and more dedication, and they'll be coming out top 3 every map, guaranteed.
that is absolutely true. And honestly, at one point, they were considered the best team in SSA. Not exactly sure where that hype went to or where that momentum had gone to, but this is not the same
New
Nimjogo I
kill.
knew.
Yeah,
Back then, they were really, really,
but that's the thing about life,
honestly top.
though. It happens. Life happens. You have other things to do. Your focus might shift and all that. Teammates change, so on and so forth. So lots of things happen.
And we can say the same for a team like Solar Flare. They were such a good team.
They are still.
Not exactly
Don't
sure.
do that. No solar fair banter will be allowed here.
No.
No solar fair banter will be allowed here.
Don't get me wrong, they're still a really good team. But I feel as though after that Free Fire Clash Cup, I don't know if something happened to
New
them, but
kill
it just
leader.
hasn't been the same for them. They haven't had that dominance they've had. Perhaps they've had a change of roster, but
No,
I don't know. I just don't recognize them anymore.
I don't think they actually had a change of roster. I think today's game, I don't think Ragnar, their star player Ragnar, is here, but that shouldn't really matter
Triple
because
kill.
I think they have a very broad, what's the name,
Quadruple.
roster. So I think they should make up for a
Double
miss of one
kill.
player. Well, they've been having a very, very bad week. I'm not gonna say bad day because I think even last week they had not so great games. But and the thing about them, yeah, what I love about Sulafe, they always find a way to pull up. It doesn't you can
Absolutely.
never write them out. That's just the problem with them.
Absolutely.
They might not be
That is
consistent, but
absolutely.
you cannot write them out. We're seeing them in a
And
battle
you could
versus
honestly,
VX.
yeah, you could honestly see that glimpse of like brilliance from them against Paradox in that lost zone right now. Teams like Nimjogo went 4v3 up against Paradox and they lost, but the Solar Flare squad actually managed to win that fight. So I do think that they should still be considered one of the best teams.
They lose one player, they lose two player, baby, and so forth.
Triple
I don't know
Double
why.
kill.
kill.
I don't know what this was right now. See, this is what I say about SLM. They're
Triple
very good
kill.
players. They just sometimes, yeah, I don't just get it. Baby and what's the
New
name?
kill
Caesar.
leader.
I think that was the person that made it vote. Those are the two supporters. Why would the sniper
Triple
and the support
kill.
be the person at the front line of the battle? Where you have players like Feruzan and Maptek and now at the back. I don't just get it sometimes. It just comes down to some basic gameplay you're meant to know. You can't be having your
Absolutely. For me, I think
sniper and yeah, go on, I can hear you.
I think it was a bit of a lack of information. Perhaps they thought that this Vortex squad repositioned or was still up on top this tower, and they thought that they had enough time to actually position themselves in the way they were in. But
Yeah,
one slip up in esports will always get you punished every single time without fail. So
yeah, but the thing like that,
hopefully
what
for
they
them,
would have done, yeah, the moment they got to the Arsenal, they would have dropped the car and allowed Naptech and Feruzan. They would have Naptech and Feruzan would have been the one that would have put with the car. Why Zaza and Baby made a slow put or maybe a flank even towards the tower. Even though they were on top of the tower, it doesn't really matter. But things happen, and that's it for them. You see KN and EVX right here in a battle.
Quateri kill.
Henry getting taken down in the process, but they will get the revive. It doesn't seem as though it's an impossible revive. Slifer choosing to get away from this fight. I call it strategic repositioning instead of running. We see that the Noobs esports team actually bring on some serious fire onto this Paradox team. But they are under some solid cover, so they will be able to survive this pretty well. They don't have zone, but knowing a team like Paradox, they might just push their way into zone, And honestly, who is gonna stop them? CC Snipe actually taking some serious damage. God Eren actually pulling off some insane sniping skills there, eh? Paradox Gaming, 11 eliminations on the board for themselves. They are the current kill leaders, followed by the Just Try squad. Vortex actually coming in third this time around. They did have 0 eliminations the game prior to this, so it's absolutely amazing to see from them. I think the majority of the eliminations might have actually come from Solar Flare. Solar Flare only left with 1 player. It's not looking too good for the Solar Flare squad, but they will manage to bring back 1 player. Ferozan brings back support. Thought he saw somebody, but he unfortunately was tripping. See that the Vortex squad choosing to maintain this position. Hey, this is one of the houses I hate the most inside Kalahari. Like, it's just so third party prone.
Bro,
But hey,
I hate when the last zone is surrounded around this place. There's always chaos all around.
absolutely.
I've seen some nice snipes from Snipe over here. Today he's actually tuning up. You can see him with some improvements and changes. This is what I like seeing. Let's see what other team. 2 other kill leaders. I think we have PBX, the kill leaders with 12 eliminations. This is the house we were talking about. We see EMG and VX go at it inside the house.
I think VX might get eliminated right now.
They definitely will.
Yep.
Killing spree.
7th place. It's unfortunate for them.
They got eliminated by AMG. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5.
Neutral getting taken down by the Paradox Gaming side. Windy, bit of an aggressive push from him and Sneaky. Sneaky is going crazy with those grenade skills, it seems. See Serif 9 actually choosing to take some shots onto that team across the rock right there, but he does get third party by the just. Yep, I can hear you. I thought it was my internet connection.
Triple kill.
Oh. I can't see your screen, Mr. Sosa, sir. Cool. Yep, I can see 20 eliminations. Absolutely insane. Whoa! Is okay, yeah. Okay. Uh, Then they're getting important. Gone to the test team. I think Knights Esports should take this game actually. Just looking at their position right
Lottery
now.
kill.
JT. Alright, alright. But this is up against noobs. Okay.
Dominated.
We are. Okay, still alive. Oh, never.
Shut down.
He just tried. Grabbing their third booyah for the day.
Oh,
Absolutely insane from the.
Just try coming in with the record-breaking booyah of the day, 3 booyahs of the day. That is amazing. We see Just try coming in first with 14 eliminations. Dragos coming in second with 22 eliminations. Noob coming in third with 6 eliminations. 90 Sports. We see Solo Fair. They really, really had a bad game. Solo Fair and Venti Esports are two teams that really had a bad game. You see Atlasa Esports, I think this is the second or the third time in a row they are getting a first blood. We're going to be right back shortly. Do not go anywhere. I know you're going to miss us.
Alright. I'm gonna go with the haircut gaming this time around.
I don't know. I can JT break another record and go with 4 booyahs a day. It's going to be quite amazing to see, but anything can happen. But this is good to see. Alright. We're heading into the last map of the day. We have 10 teams in the lobby over here. I think CTO and Vent are not here. Although I don't know how Vent. I don't know. Maybe they were saving their energy for Nations Cup. I don't know what the game plan was exactly, but I would actually love to watch the Nations Cup after this. All right, this is what we're seeing now. We're
That is
seeing most teams landing at the left side or the lower parts of the map. We see Nem Jogo and the Union X are always in a hot battle. Always in a hot drop, bro. I don't know why.
You see Atlas SA going with another team. Hopefully they do not get first blooded this time around. Zero to taking some serious damage from the Vortex team, and he does get eliminated. 3v tower teams. Nemjogo up
New
against
kill
Union
leader.
X, and Union X don't lose one player in the process. Not exactly sure how they intend to recover from this. They're only left with 2.
See the
Oof, it's not looking too good
Ooh,
for these
nice
guys.
headshot there. We see
Think
Jacuzzi always.
solid.
I think this is the third game in a row I'm seeing Jacuzzi coming in with headshots. Nice, nice headshots. What players are? I think this is a third party from VX over here. Nemjugo are dropping. We're down to 3 players. You're seeing a third party from VX over here on Jacuzzi and the MJ squad. Dante goes down. Ricky
New
manages to
kill
get a
leader.
knock. Nemjugo are now down to 2 players. We see Slifer just right behind. What is Slifer looking for? I don't think this is a place he wants to be in, to be honest.
We actually saw the Amigo side going up against Just Try. Not exactly sure how that fight turned out. But okay, never mind. The
You can
Amigo
see
team
how he
only
turned
left
out.
with 1. Atlas SA, it's not looking too good for them at all. Will this be another 0-point game for them? Actually, no. If they were to die now, they would get 1 point. So, I don't know. Props to them, I guess. Solar Flare, 3 eliminations on the board for themselves already. Just Try as well, 3 eliminations.
We have about 4
Paradox
teams or
them.
3 teams on this place. We see the PDX team also pushing in. Wow, this is a very
Is
bad
Eco
one.
Drain?
Yeah.
Oh, what is going on? I
Well, we
like
see
it a
the
lot.
PDX team coming in to crash the party. I think Union X manages to make it out alive. Can the NA team also make it out alive there? Let's see.
Hey, honestly, going up against Paradox is difficult to leave that battle alive. You know, if you don't win the fight, your chances of escaping are pretty much 0. I can't lie. So, just have to wait and see.
Triple kill.
We've seen some nice headshot there from the NJ team. 2 team of VX down. The Nemjugo team are down to, I think they're down to 1 player. They're down to 2 players actually. I think it was what saved Nemjugo team here was actually they had the shop. You know, sometimes when you're hot dropping, you always need to prioritize the shop most times because if you do lose players, you have a quick way to get them back in the battle. And when you're playing in high level lobbies like this, you always need to get your players back in the lobby quickly. That is a must. I think it's actually going to farm in this lobby. SLF, very, very slow day for them. I think they managed to get 1 booyah and they've just been down to here. The Assa player will not lose.
Daniel gets taken out in the process. But yeah, honestly, you are right. Numeric advantages in this lobby, or I don't know, in this league particular matters a lot because most teams are kind of like on a similar level, you know. And the only reason you would actually be losing a fight is because you are 1 player less than the other team, you know. So I do think that teams should actually prioritize, I don't know, keeping their teammates alive, ensuring that they have as many teammates as they can, because trying anything 3v4 in this lobby pretty much puts you at an immediate disadvantage, you know. So yeah, hot drops. Stops should really be prioritized.
Quateri kill.
Alright.
Solar Flare got taken out. It's not looking too good for the Solar Flare team. Getting taken out in 10th place with 4 eliminations on the board. Seems that Atlas SA are not first blood this time around, but they are only left with 2 players. The only team left with 2 players. Paradox Gaming, 6 eliminations on the board. Current kill leaders. Nemjogo as well, 6 eliminations on the board. We see that the Just Try squad are going up against the Amigos team. The Just Try squad do have plenty of momentum right now, so they should be the favorites to win this battle. He snacks pretty much some serious damage onto the Just Try, onto the Amigos squad, my mistake. Amigos squad actually two launch away. Snacks taking down 1 player. Will he manage to take down Serif 9? And he does fall off the bridge. But unfortunate for him. The Amigo side do choose to actually retreat, but Fabi9 is actually under some serious fire. Windy is taken down by the Vortex side, but he actually does picked up in the process, but he does get taken down once again. What exactly is going on? He's getting third party perhaps. It seems not, but the Vortex side do choose to actually reposition, choose to disengage. Perhaps they do know that they're going up against Paradox, and it would make sense for them to leave the battle. You see them Jogo actually currently with 7 eliminations on the board for themselves. See what the
I
Vortex
don't
side can
think this
actually
is a
do
time
right.
as a sniper. This is not a time you really want to be missing your shots. Cisco almost cost
Absolutely.
what's the name?
Triple
Cisco
kill.
almost cost PDX BX that battle. Oh my god, what is he playing?
Union X coming in for the third party. 10 guy going up against Sneaky. Let's see how this battle plays out. Snipe has already retreated from that battle. And 10 actually choosing to reposition with the motor vehicle. Not exactly sure why he was choosing to stop right there, but he might meet Snipe over here. Let's see how this plays out. But I do think that Snipe will be able to get the revive before he meets 10 Never Die, and he does manage to bring back the entirety of Paradox Gaming.
Triple kill.
And Salgado managed to take down Shadow 5 from the Knights Esports team. Not looking too good for the Knights
Triple
Esports team right
kill.
now. Hopefully they can recover. Not exactly sure if he can escape with that motor vehicle, but he does. Kenny91 actually taking down one player from the Amigos team. Poke is in, it seems. The Amigos team only left with 2 players. Noobs Esports grabbing 3 eliminations on the board for themselves. Nimjogo actually pulling off a masterclass this time around. That's 9 eliminations. Hopefully they can carry on this momentum into the last zone, because it seems that they never reach those last zones. See how this plays out. Blitzka actually bringing back the rest of his teammates from the Amigo side. Amigo side do have their full team back alive. Just try choosing to disengage from all potential battles. They are secluded right now. No team seems to be pretty close towards where they are. It does seem as though it's a solid, I don't know, strategy to secure another Booyah. I do think that they're the current point leaders for today, if I'm not mistaken. Well, we'll see when the table is released. Don't forget to follow the IG, guys. The Atlas SA is still 0 eliminations on the board, but they have survived much longer than they have the previous games. So it does seem like they've been improving, you know. The setup 9 actually putting on some serious damage onto Kenny91. The noobs are actually behind the zone right now. Not exactly sure how they intend to escape from this position,
No. I
but
think
perhaps
Seraph
they
is a
could
solo player.
stop.
Oh, his players are coming to back him up actually. Oh no, just one player
Oh.
and he's landing. One player is keeping the NB team inside the zone.
I'm not exactly sure if they are aware of that, but they are launching now. Where are they launching to?
They're launching towards a player. I think they noticed there was one player.
Ah, well, you managed to get this. Unfortunately, not. Kenny91 taking down Mitsuke from the Amigo side. And that launchpad idea was a really good idea, it seems. They do manage to get into the zone and grab another eliminations on the board for themselves. So everything is looking up for the Noobs Esports,
I think the launchpad
who
idea
are
would
the
have
current
actually
kill
been a
leaders.
better one if it was actually a full squad instead of just one player.
Absolutely. That is absolutely true. You see, just try actually choosing to gatekeep Archway or Archway, whatever you call it. The Amigo side going up against the Nimshoga, and it's only one player. Why is he not getting taken down? Oh, it's a Chrono.
It's a chrono.
And the Chrono.
I think due to the network, my glitch is just going haywire. I think the Amigos teams are actually more split up this game. I don't get why, but what happened.
I think it's that last game syndrome. I kind of feel like everybody.
Okay, can you hear me? Sorry.
I can. I'm so interested in how Just Try managed to lose pretty much their whole squad. It is really interesting.
I think a lot
Paradox
just
Gaming
happened
also.
in few seconds.
Triple kill.
Oh, it seems as though they might have gone up against Paradox Gaming.
Triple kill.
We see the Ninjago side actually choosing to third party, but this does not look like a successful. Okay, never mind, it is. And the Paradox Gaming team are eliminated. Nimjogo, 14
Triple
eliminations.
kill.
Choosing to pull up their socks in the last game, it seems, eh?
You know the thing about Nemjugo, they have
Triple
momentum
kill.
right now. They have the kills and they have the plays. Well, at this point, yeah, I don't even think they might be able to pull up the booyah. That's the thing about Nemjugo. You can really never have 100% confidence in them most times. It's just, never really
Yeah.
that consistent with them.
Well, we have to see how this game plays out.
Alright, we see moves right here in a battle. I don't think. See the Union X. See.
Wipeout.
And Union X team has been wiped out. Little does he know he's coming in to combat with the AMP team. Kenny goes down from MD. They take one player down from AMG also. They get a revive. I think AMG are actually down to only 2 players right now.
I honestly couldn't predict who would win this game right now, but based off momentum, it might be Nimjogo. The underdogs off today.
I think NB should just abandon that kill and go towards the zone at this point. Because Puxi might just cost them the whole squad and cost them the booyah. Because they've been chasing that one kill for some while now, and
It is absolutely true. It's not been the bestest of days for the Amigos side, but it's not been the absolute worst, Do think that they can still salvage something from today. But one thing's for certain, Just Try team have honestly outperformed themselves today.
Yeah, definitely. I
So
didn't
the
really even expect this. So I think today has to be their, like I said, today is their best game whatsoever. I think they broke their record. No one has gotten 3 booyahs in a day, and since we started, so it's nice gameplay from them. I'm kind of gonna lie. See the Nemjugo player team losing players. They do get him back.
Not exactly true. He's got one player on the roof. Okay, never mind. He's also down here. But he was taking some serious damage. Who is on that roof right there? I'm so confused. His poke is in. No, he's not on the roof. He's behind. But there is somebody on the rooftop.
It's due to the fact that NG just want to play a very safe game, and I think they played it too safe. Now we see the MB team pushing in. MB are being third party by ASA, which has been first blood after first blood, right? And they finally pick up the pace. Let's see what happens over there. That's also in a battle versus some AMG players. Mitsuki goes in a battle. It's third party over third party. Everyone is third partying each other. We see KN, NB, and Aaron over here. It's a 2v3 situation. Kenny goes down. Aaron, the last player of NB. And over here, we see the AMG team has been wiped out. Oh my days, can the Assa team go from a first blood to a booyah? I think the Assa team had 3 first blood in a row. Can they find a way to booyah this game? This is a 3v4 situation. What can they do? The NJ team have 21 eliminations to the name, while the Assa have 4 eliminations to the name. I think this has been their most eliminations since they started, and I think this is the highest they have gotten. They've been able to get out 2 points. Can they finally redeem themselves?
No ways this team fumbles this. Come on. It's a 2v4. It's practically a booyah. Come on, Atlas SA. Come on, Atlas SA. No.
And they're somehow losing 1 player. I don't think they'll be able to do this. This is an NJ team with experience. The only thing going for Assa right here is the high ground they have. I don't even think they have They have the zone. They don't have the zone. One player is making a push towards the zone while the rest is just there.
No
I
ways
think
that
you
at least SA
just,
loses.
to be honest, yeah, ASA has like all the advantages. Thank you so much. You get one player from the go down. It's now a 2v4 situation.
Double kill. Wipeout.
Oh,
Shutdown.
Nice. Good.
nice
At least
gameplay from Ssa Esports. They had three first bloods in a row, but they did not give up. This is what we're talking about: consistency and belief. They did not give up, and some way, somehow, they managed to come out with a booyah and the last game of the day. You see them coming in first position with 7 eliminations, coming in Namjogo coming in second with 21 eliminations. They were the favorites, and we thought Namjogo were actually going to come out with a booyah, but they played the game too safe and they stayed outside the zone for too long. We see 90 Sport coming in with 3 eliminations, sorry. We see Noobs out here with 17 points, Just Right with 13, Amigos with 10. Union X with also with 10 points. Paragus Gaming, which had lots of kills, but they were not able to make it into the top five. And like I say, the rest is history. Thank you all for coming on the stream. And thank you all for subscribing. Please don't forget, drop the like button, drop the notification button. Bob, what do you think so far for all the games we played?
I am honestly like over impressed with Just Try. Paradox Gaming also really surprised me because they placed eighth, but they are still like one of the top teams in this final match. So it's a really good display from these guys. We do hope that they can continue the momentum going forward.
Okay,
Anyway,
nice. Thank you all for everyone that come in and helped us through the stream. Thank you for dropping the likes. Thank you for sharing the likes. We appreciate you all. Don't forget, you can check us on IG, Zodiac underscore double underscore ORG. Drop a like, drop a follow, just show support, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget, we'll be live tomorrow by 8:15 p.m. Nigerian time and 9:15 p.m. SA time live here. Thank you so much. And that is it for today. Good night.